Good evening, Bridgeport. Thanks for coming out. 7:40 p.m. on this May 27th, Tuesday. Let's please, we are called to order. Will you please rise and pledge the flag? Thank you, everyone. Angela, roll call, please.
Laura Hauk.
Here.
Amy High.
Here.
Megan Nolan.
Here.
Diane Gundrum.
Here.
Kyle Shank.
Here.
Tony Heil.
Here.
Saba Al-Zayed.
Here. Thank you.
Madam President, I'd note for the record that we were in executive session from approximately 7 o'clock to 7:35 with regard to personnel issues as well as potential real estate acquisitions.
Thank you, Mr. Billow.
Thank you, President Al-Zayed. First up, we have the presentation of the 2025 Dr. Vincent Moralia Scholarship Award. And the winner this year is Axel Juarez Hernandez. I believe Axel and his family are present this evening. Axel is going to be graduating from Upper Merion High School in just a few weeks. And while it was a very tough decision for our scholarship committee to make, we have a fantastic crop of applicants every year. Axel's, I believe the committee felt that Axel's resume or application was a cut above the rest. Extremely exemplary GPA. I don't even know how, back when I was a kid, it was a 4.0, and now I see kids have like 6s and stuff. It gives me a coronary even trying to think about it. But in addition to a wonderful GPA, multiple time recipient of the Upper Merion Academic Award, member of the NHS, the Spanish NHS, soccer, track and field, many other accolades. Axel plans on attending Westchester University this fall to pursue criminal justice with the ultimate goal of being a detective. And we couldn't be happier and prouder to say that again, that congratulate this year's winner of the Moralia Scholarship Award, Axel Juarez Hernandez. Join us for a round of applause. And if you'd be so kind, sir, could you meet President Al-Zayed up at the podium, and we'll take a photo. And if the family wants to get involved, you're more than welcome as well.
And I'll just point out, we don't know who we're giving the award to when we figure out from the application. So it's just totally based on what we see from the academics. And so we were very pleased with how it all turned out. Congratulations, Axel.
This is your check. Hi, of course. Congratulations. Oh, there's a plaque.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, we definitely want that in the picture.
Okay, cool.
Chief, maybe we have an opening in the Bridgeport Police in, 6 years or so? 7 years, maybe?
Oh, over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't know her, you don't have to let her in the picture.
His brother's running my shop right now.
And just to be clear, Councilwoman Hauk had no decision in this. She was not involved in the decision making.
continuing with our celebrations here, we have a presentation of our April Employee of the Month award going to Miss Angela Gear. Very exciting.
Yes, so this is for, this is the April, we'll have the May one. Yes, in October, yes. Members of council, members of the audience, Angela was unable to make it this evening, but Angela Gear is our the executive assistant. She holds down the fort. She's our first point of contact at the front desk and handles myriad other duties and responsibilities throughout the day. Very happy to be able to say that Angela Gear is our April Employee of the Month, and we will we'll snap a photo tomorrow during the day when she's back in the office. So thank you.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have Angela. I know I really enjoy working with her, and I think she's definitely keeps things light and fun. I really enjoy her taking pictures, especially during our council meeting. But yeah, congratulations to her, and I want to thank all of our staff, as we have wonderful staff, as we can see every month. It's nice to highlight everyone, so really excited that we're getting to do this. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just a quick thoughts about last couple of weeks here. A really big highlight for me is we had an elementary school field trip for the fourth graders that came down. We had them for about 2 hours where basically the school teaches them about government, and then we teach them about local government. So they come here and they get to meet council members and the mayor and different people. And this year, our commissioner of Montgomery County, Neil McKeeja, got to join us as well and spoke about his role in the county. The kids were really interactive. We do a mock trial, not mock trial, I'm sorry, a mock council meeting that Mr. Truman puts together. He does a fantastic job with the kids, runs the whole thing from top to finish. Mr. Steve Wanzik and Chief Brett are also in attendance and shared their expertise. And I can't tell you how many kids ask me about it. They're excited about it. They tell the third graders about it. So you have kids that are excited to turn into fourth graders so that they can come and witness this. And I think it's a really wonderful time. We had about 45 kids here. It's a highlight for me throughout the year. It's my favorite event for sure, by far, where we get to engage with the kids and remind them how important it is to be civically engaged, to understand what we do, how to access us, and to make sure that Bridgeport kids know they can access anyone, anywhere, anytime, no matter the rank or level that they're in, that if you're from Bridgeport, we're going to make sure that you get what you need and you have access to the people that you need to have access to. And so really, excited to kind of share that moment with them. And thank you to Ms. Megan Nolan for joining me that day as well as the representation from council. I think we had a lot of fun. So just wanted to kind of give a shout out to Bridgeport Elementary. Which brings me to my second point, voting. Thank you, everyone, for voting during our primaries this past week here. I really enjoyed meeting everyone and kind of chatting. I think it's a fun time to kind of chat with our residents, but also really great to see our turnout. I want to congratulate everyone that won their primaries, Ms. Megan, Tony, that we have here with us. I also want to give a really special shout out to two ladies that I admire quite a bit, people that I learn from constantly. There's not a conversation I have that I don't learn something or I'm challenged in a way that I think is really important for this kind of role. Ms. Heather Cosenza and Laura Gamble have run and will hopefully be joining us on council. So we will have a council that's run by a majority mothers, which I think is really powerful. I think politics oftentimes kind of intrudes in local government, and I feel like that's something that I'd like to kind of stay away from. And when you have moms, I think it just brings a different flavor of diversity to the local political scene that you don't often see. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm honored to share these roles with you, and looking forward to the future there. Something else that stood out to me this time around is I saw a lot of engagement from young voters, and we had a young gentleman run for the election, I think in Ward, I think it was 3. Mr. Anthony Trioli, that I was really excited to see someone young get involved in the local politics scene that didn't know anything, joined kind of from scratch, and taught himself how to get through the system. And I think more of that is really what's important for local politics, as we know that representation matters, people of all ages matter. And I think that when you see someone young and excited and to join is really great and gives me great hope for the future of Bridgeport. So very excited to see that and encouraging other young people in Bridgeport to join us in the good fight. Next up here, I have a really special shout out to the sons and Sisters of Bridgeport. Something that we've been kind of working for in the last couple of years this last year, I'm sorry, is the Bridgeport Park and making sure that our kids have a fun time, the summertime, the wintertime, and all times. And Mr. Bello always tells me that, there's people that work and do, and there's people that talk, and he's definitely a doer. And his organization is definitely a group of doers. They do it in silence. They do it without any accolades, without any pictures or high fives. They just do it for the good of Bridgeport. There's not a corner in town that you look that you won't see some effect from that organization, whether it's the signs around town that look very professional and really nice and direct you towards where you need to go, whether it's a basketball hoop or a basketball up at the park. I could sit here and list the many gestures that they've given to this borough and the support that they've given, and would run out of paper. So really wanted to say thank you to them for giving us a big step in restoring the park up at Memorial Park and the playground, and really excited to try out the swings. So thank you. All right, next up here we have for council consideration, authorization to advertise the special projects coordinator position. Do we have a motion to advertise the position?
I'll make the motion.
Motion from Ms. Helk, second from Ms. High. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public?
First, I just want to make a comment that thank you to Keith for working hard to put together a job description and budget this. That's very important, so we've been talking about it for a while now. And also, and Mr. Bello might have some insight here too. I remember years ago, we didn't have so many special projects because we had relied on things like the churches, the feast, and other events. And now the things we do here have grown and evolved, which is wonderful. And that gives us an opportunity to have a project manager like this, a project coordinator. So it'll help Keith, it'll help Angela, it'll help the whole team here at the borough. It's something where when I first got onto council, we wouldn't have even dreamt of having because it wouldn't have been needed. And so I think it's very good in your respect, Keith, that you've built an operation here that this position can both be needed and thrive. So thank you for budgeting it, first of all, and thank you that we've grown to the position where it can be useful and valuable.
Do you have any additional comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Sorry, say again. All right, next up for council consideration, we have for appointment of Kim Shrunk to resident representative vacancy on the pension committee. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Shank, a second from Ms. Gundrum. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up for council consideration, we have authorizations to pay the bills and salaries of May 2025.
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Nolan. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Heil. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business to discuss? All right, we can move on to committee reports. Are there any committee reports? All right, I have a quick committee report. I'd like to thank my fellow volunteers and colleagues on the Boopport Halloween Subcommittee. I'd like to very happily announce that we've been working for months. We have made over, I want to say, 400 or 500 phone calls between all of us, store visits, door knocks, emails, and as a result, we have managed to gain about $8,000 in sponsorships. We have Depot Bar, Mascaro, Puddlers, Hers Chips, Chris Romano's Realty, and Crazy Errands so far, and that's pending lots and lots more. So hopefully we will have an event that is fully funded by our sponsors, pending the rest of them. No promises yet, but really a great start. And just want to really thank all the volunteers that we have. We have a lot of dedicated individuals with lots of great ideas, spend lots of hours doing this day in and day out, and they have full-time jobs, and I just want to thank them and thank all of our sponsors, as we are very excited to partner with you, and hopefully this is going to be an event where we double our attendance this year, and that's my goal. So hopefully 7,000 in attendance this year if we do it right. So that's my goal here. We have some fun surprises we'll share across the summertime, so keep watching the council meetings to learn more. But yeah, just wanted to update you there on our new sponsorships. Any other committee reports tonight?
I guess this kind of goes into finance with that. It's great that there are sponsorships for that. I'm really excited for it. Bridgeport exceeded expectations, and I don't know if you can exceed it again, but I imagine you will. We have the line item in the budget that for events, which I'm really glad we have. And one thing we talked about, Mr. Truman, was using some of that for promotional materials like video. I mentioned that a few months ago. Have you had any insight on that? Because it does kind of go along with maybe we have more budgeted money free for that going into the rest of the year.
Vice President Heil, we have looked into some potential outlets or outfits, maybe I should say vendors, that specialize in videos of this nature. However, it hasn't gone beyond the initial search and review phase at this point. But when we have maybe a firmer idea, and then maybe this can be done in conjunction with the Community Events Committee, a firmer idea of the scope of exactly what we wanted to capture, I'll absolutely bring more concrete details to council for consideration.
All right, we're up for the mayor's report. Mayor Jackson.
Thank you. I wanted to extend my appreciation to those who attended the Memorial Day services at the Bridgeport War Memorial yesterday morning. As always, it was a heartwarming ceremony with those who served our country at the forefront. I was honored to speak and hope that everyone had a lovely day, but also hope that you took some time to think of our veterans, especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms we take for granted today. And it is almost June again, which means we can look forward to Pride Month. So if you are eager to celebrate the LGBTQ+ members of the community as I am, please note that I'll be hanging the rainbow flag in my office for the month, and it will be visible as you pass along it outside the building. And finally, my office will be hosting a diaper drive in support of local charity Mitzvah Circle through the month of June in honor of my expected bundle of joy. So if you would like to participate in helping local parents in need, I encourage you to drop off unopened packages of diapers and wipes at our 2 participating locations. One of them is right here at Bridgeport Borough Hall and also at Frosty Falls. These locations will be accepting donations during individual open hours. And so Borough Hall is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 and is closed for lunch from 1 to 2. And Frosty Falls, please correct me if I'm wrong, is open 2 to 9 on weekdays and noon to 9 on weekends. Yeah. So please look for the drop-off boxes. Borough Halls is going to be in the entrance hall, and Frosty's, I believe, will be on the porch. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. So that's what I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Chief, that's all you.
Good evening, Bridgeport. I'm going to start off with something, a real positive thing, and normally this just goes out in press releases, and this was a press release, but you're Bridgeport, so you should hear it directly. So the Bridgeport Police Department is pleased to announce the graduation of 2 members of the Bridgeport Borough Police Department from the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police Command and Leadership Academy. The ceremony was held on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025 in New Jersey. The New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police Command and Leadership Program shares curriculum with the United States Military Academy at West Point to challenge the candidates in a 13-week academic environment. Candidates for the program are from Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, with the training site in Westchester, Pennsylvania. The course is taught by law enforcement veterans and educators with a focus on leadership theory. Your own Detective Sergeant William Murphy, a 17-year veteran of the police department, and Sergeant Evan Flora, an 11-year veteran, both graduated from the program last week. Murphy's a battalion chief with the Lower Providence Fire Company, as well as a second in command of the police department. He received a Valor Award from his response to an active shooter in Lower Providence Township in 2021. Sergeant Flora is a departmental field training officer and firearms instructor, as well as a United States Army infantry veteran, having served an overseas deployment to Afghanistan in 2010. Flora serves in the patrol division. Sergeants Murphy and Flora are a credit to our organization. Their perseverance with their studies with the Command and Leadership Program will make them both better leaders and our police department better led. So that's a good start. So we thank the sergeants for their perseverance in their studies. It's going to pay its dividends to you, the residents, and to their coworkers. Also, we were in attendance on Memorial Day, before the pre-Memorial Day, up at Bridgeport Elementary School. with Principal Bickhart. He does such a wonderful job of raising good citizens, and as you know, he'll be moving on, and he will be sorely missed. He is definitely a true leader in every sense of the word, and I'm thankful that I got the chance to work side by side with him and on the projects that I did. But wonderful, wonderful ceremony. We have some successes I'd like to talk about. We have the Bodie DNA program that I brought here and council has supported. From a 2023 attempted motor vehicle, we got a hit on DNA from 2 years ago. So we're investigating that, and most likely will surprise somebody for a summer visit with an arrest warrant. We most recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've had 14 retail theft arrests, an assault arrest, 4 disturbance arrests, a DUI arrest, 2 warrant arrests, and the citation of 2 for the ATV ordinance. And that's all I have for you tonight, Bridgeport. It was nice speaking to all the new residents, so it was a pleasure. And if I can be of any assistance, or our office can be of any assistance, please make it a point to call.
Thank you, Chief. All right, we can move on to new business. Are there any items of new business anyone wants to discuss? All right, we can move on to open forum and announcements. Do we have any announcements today?
Just want to mention, Chief, you talked about the school event at the Veterans Memorial, and I was proud that my son, AJ Heil, also got to speak at that. I was not expecting, so I saw the video afterwards, so continuing that tradition. I just want to comment and to thank Randy, Gina, and everyone who organized the event at the memorial. I feel like I've been going to that for over a decade, and Mr. Tarman had helped really organized that years ago, and I think that those who have been organizing it always find something new, something a little bit different to make sure that those events are special each year, and I just want to express my appreciation. There were a lot of veterans on hand, and I got to introduce my sons to them to say thank you, and we don't always get a chance to do that at other events, so I just want to make sure it's out there to say thank you to them for doing that.
All right, are there any other announcements?
Yes, just a couple of quick hits on upcoming community events. We still have some time before they come around, but never too early to save the date. Our annual community-wide yard sale day is going to be the 4th Saturday in June. That's June 28th. This is a day that was created by Borough Council in 2019 via resolution, where the typical $25 permit fee that is generally required for a yard sale, that fee gets waived, and provided everybody, you still need to file an application, but there's no charge on the fee. And we help anybody who actually registers with the borough. We compile a list and we advertise that out to the public. So if anybody's looking to clean out their garage or their attic, June 28th might be the ideal day. So stay tuned for additional details and reminders on our social media outlets for that. Our next movie night is going to be June 14th. We're moving it up 1 week so it doesn't coincide with the carnival. And the movie we'll be featuring is The Wild Robot. We just had our first family movie night 2 weekends ago in May, and it was very nicely attended. A lot of people came out to see Moana 2, so hopefully we can continue that momentum. And finally, just want to remind everybody that the carnival is coming. The dates are June 17th to the 21st. It's a Tuesday through a Saturday. As always, it'll be 5 great nights of affordable family fun. We'll have the beer garden going. We'll have live music each night. We'll have additional vendors and artisans there, balloon animal artists, face painters, glitter tattoo artists, one of those each night, something added and fun for the kids. Then on Saturday afternoon from 3 to 7 will be our local vendors market, where we invite local crafters and artisans from Bridgeport and beyond to come on out and hold a nice little vendors farmers market the final day of the event. if anybody's interested in being a vendor, please call or email Borough Hall. Email me at Borough Hall for additional information. And we are still looking for volunteers. It's a relatively easy, 3.5 hour shift where you make change and you hand out tickets and wristbands. And any volunteer that works a shift gets a free wristband for your children or for yourself. The wristband gets you all the rides that are on the Carnival Midway. Basically, one price for all the rides. And we also feed you, because coming back again for the second year in a row will also be the wildly popular food stand operated by Bridgeport Fire Company #1 across the street. So lots of reasons to come on out. We're a small town. That's the beauty of Bridgeport. You don't have to drive down here, but we do have ample parking. Walk on down with your family, and June 17th to the 21st, thanks for listening. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All right, we can move on to public comment. Do we have any members of the public that'd like to comment this evening? Yeah, go ahead. Please state your name and address up at the microphone.
The podium, please.
Thank you. Is it-
Hi, my name is Christine DeBello. I live at 2B East Front Street. I had a general question about the parking on East Front Street. From my understanding so far, or from what I've heard just from people around, is it's been some confusion. Some people I've heard that it's permanent. This parking on one side of the street is permanent, and I've heard it's not permanent. And I think just any insight about what is going on with it would be appreciated. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, what was your name again, miss?
Christine.
Sorry about that. Christine, when you say East Front Street, you're referring to in the River Point development.
Correct.
I can tell you that the parking signage that is up and in place at this point is the permanent signage for the development.
Okay.
So, where you had said, is the signage or are the parking restrictions permanent?
Correct.
Yes, the sign, I don't want to repeat myself, but yeah, the signage that's in there is installed and it is permanent.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry, thank you.
I would just add, though, that there is a parking lot that's going to be built at the extreme of the project. I don't know if that's convenient for you or not, but there will be some additional parking
At either end.
at either end. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Okay, Emilio Buitrago, 2 Griffith Court in the River Point development. So I'm here on behalf of some of the community members, and we have a Facebook group, and a lot of people post, their concerns, their complaints, and their frustration. And one of them is on Stephen Alley. They recently did a sewer work by the borough, and the question is, when the borough is planning to pave that part. Seems like the work is completed already.
Just a correction, Emilio, that is not borough work. That is work that is being done by the developer.
By the developer, so we need
Yes.
to go back to the developer.
Yes.
Very likely.
There is, there was I guess a sag in the line, for lack of a better term, that they had identified, and they needed to cut that out and replace it. Obviously, the people on Stevens and DeFusco Alley over the last couple of weeks.
So having no parking on Front Street and then on the street, be really,
I know, I understand. I mean, at the same time, it is an active construction site. I know. It's difficult for the first handful of folks that move into a large development because they move into an active construction site, and we all ideally wish that the construction ended the minute we moved in, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way.
right. The next question that I have here is in regards to the river trail. Who is responsible? I heard that is the borough, I heard that is the developer, and right now we're seeing people basically walking with dogs on leash. And some of the dogs have brought children as their family are walking by. So who's responsible? Can we put some signage around it so people can walk their dogs with a leash? before something happened?
Ultimately, the open space down along the river is going to be dedicated over to the borough. However, that has not occurred at this time. So the responsibility for monitoring does lie with the builder and developer. However, let me reach out to Lennar and PRDC and see what we can do to potentially look into that situation.
Leash laws would be borough-wide, right? Not, leash laws would apply.
Leash
on
laws are
streets that down
ubiquitous,
there.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Emilio, does this happen often in terms of, because I know it's not legal to have them without leashes, is that correct?
I mean, we have issues of people actually on Front Street. There is somebody that left their pit bull out in the morning, and that pit bull crosses to the business to the point that the owner have a big banner saying, we have a camera, I know who you are, this is not dog park. So we have issues of people walking around without the leash, and I know that's that borough wide. It's not just in River Point, but it's causing some concerns, especially having a pit bull with no leash.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage calling the police as well, because I've seen it once and I called, so hopefully they'll at least we'll catch them eventually.
Okay, good job. All right, thank you.
Yeah, Madam President, can I add? So absolutely. So it's less historical. People don't want to bother the police. We're botherable. Give us a call. Call 911. I can't say how many times it gets reprioritized. Call us. If we can stop somebody while they're doing it, while they're in view, while you can describe or name them, we can nip something in the bud rather than have something create a bigger problem. So please feel free. You're not bothering us. Call us and we'll take care of the problem, hopefully.
Thank you.
Real quick, to circle back to your original question, Emilio, again, I'll talk to the developer and see what their timeline is on restoring that. Generally, after a trench or an excavation of that nature, you want several weeks to allow for compaction and settlement of that dirt and rock and backfill. You don't want them to pave it immediately because eventually that you're going to have a sunken-in pave job there. So I'll touch base with them and see where they stand on exactly the ETA on restoration. Okay.
Perfect. And can you check
No
as well
problem.
in regards to the landscaping of the river trail?
Say that again, Emilio.
Landscaping on the river trail portion, because that's when I reached out to Lennar, they said that they're not responsible for landscaping or maintaining the river trail that was the borough. So if you want to reach out to the developer Lennar and just find out who is whom until it's dedicated to the borough, they should be looking after it and maintaining it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Mr. Truman and other people in the borough, they communicate frequently, so your concerns will be brought up pretty quickly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Do you have any additional comments tonight? Are you transitioning back into a resident? All right, let's do it. Rakan, my son has been turning me into a frog lately pretty, quickly with a pen, so you're a resident now.
Camera can't see you over here. Hi, I'm going to keep this brief, but my name is Laura Hauk, 124 West 2nd Street and 96 DeKalb. Just a reminder, I know that it's different when you see somebody up here in a role in a position, but before anything else, I'm a resident of Bridgeport. This will actually mark my 15th year as a resident in Bridgeport. I started as a server at the Tap House. I moved up to general manager of the brewery, and now I'm the owner of one of the most successful ice cream shops in Montgomery County. And thankfully, 2 years ago, this very council, some of the members proclamated June 8th as Frosty Falls Day. Not just because we're an ice cream shop in town, but because we are the greatest ice cream shop in town. And I really want to invite all of the residents to come out and just celebrate, alongside of us. We are a triple gold award winning ice cream shop. I'm so proud that 90% of my staff members are Bridgeport residents. I'm gonna try not to cry, but at the end of the day, I'm just so overwhelmed with the success that we've been able to do together as a team, as residents. I mean, we all want the same thing. We want Bridgeport to be the best town that anybody has ever seen, and we're on the way to that. But please join us on June 8th, 12 o'clock. We're gonna start the River Market, and then at 1 o'clock, we're giving out the free water ice. There's gonna be chips. There's gonna be fruit snacks. There's going to be bubbles. There's going to be face painting. But I really want to invite everyone from All Wexel Life of Bridgeport to please join us. I'm looking at the camera, by the way. Not that I'm ignoring all of you, but I'm looking right at the camera because I want everybody at home to know if you are a Bridgeport resident or even if you're just someone that just happened to stumble upon this on YouTube, join us at Frosty Falls, 96 DeKalb Street, June 8th, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Hope to see you all there. I'm going to go back to being a council person now. Sorry.
Thank you, Laura.
Was that too close to the mic? Okay. I'm like shaking. I don't know.
Come right up, your name and address, please.
Hey, hi, this is Anirudh here. I'm on 83 Continental. Want to touch base on the agreement that you had with Norfolk Southern Railroad regarding the railroad crossing improvement and quiet zone. So do we have any update on that?
We do not. Again, it's I shouldn't say again because I've never spoken to you before.
Yeah,
Pardon
this
me.
is the first time I'm coming here.
We're in the very infant stages. A preliminary engineering agreement for engineering review services was just recently executed between the borough and Norfolk Southern, and I believe, and again, I'll have to check with the engineering firm that is working. While we are applicant and name, the engineering firm is the developer's engineering firm that's doing the lift on this. I'll need to check and see where we stand insofar as if have we received any feedback back from Norfolk Southern. It's not. They're not the fastest moving agency in the world.
But do we have like a tentative timeline on this? Like,
we don't, and here's why. There is one municipality in the state that has successfully obtained a quiet zone, and it happened, over a decade ago, and that's not really a good bellwether or a comparator to determine how long it's going to take. I mean, I would say this is a multi-year process, and that's, that's putting it conservatively, but this is going to be a multi-year process.
Mr. Truman, it's a safety concern, right? Like, that's where the points are. Is that where we're fighting against here?
Insofar as...
Like, the reason they blow their horns is because of safety, so it's hard.
Oh, yes. So yeah, the theory to a quiet zone is if we are, as a municipality, asking the Norfolk Southern to take away one of their primary methods of early warning and alerts, i.e. their horn, then we must then subsequently beef up the technology and the other safety equipment in and around our 3 at-grade crossings, whether that's additional lighting, additional flashers, additional pedestrian markings, additional higher tech cross guards that come down, the arms that come down, and that's a significant expenditure, and it's a significant process to get through with the varying agencies that oversee it. So again, I'm sure you guys are eager for updates. Sorry, I don't have one right now. It's going to be a very slow and arduous process, though.
Hope for the best. All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Thanks for your question.
Mr. Truman, for folks that haven't been in on conversations about the railroad before, the way I understand this is railroads anywhere in the country don't really report to local authorities or even state authorities. They report to their own federal regulatory agencies, and getting federal regulatory agencies to care about what happens at Depot Street in Bridgeport is a heavy lift. So, there just isn't a lot of leverage. They, by statute legislation going back to the mid-19th century, kind of get to do what they want. So that's what we fight against. So it takes some time. Did I summarize that accurately?
I think that was fantastic, actually. Yeah.
Are there any additional members that would like to comment this evening? All right, we can certainly entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
What time is it? All right, it's 8:20 and we are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.